Talk wristwatches for a moment. We have a lot of different wristwatches at the Sharper Image, and I'm so proud of all of them. I could hardly tell you how much I like them all, but I got to narrow down to a few to share with you today. First of all, you should be aware most every watch we sell, with very few exceptions, has a mineral glass crystal. Why is that important? Because some watches that don't have mineral glass use instead plastic. And plastic will scratch very easily. So one thing different about all of our watches right off is we use mineral glass crystal. Another thing you notice is a lot of them have a water resistance specified right on the watch. So if you look on the face of the watch, it'll say 100 M for 100 meters or 300 feet. Or it might say 50 M, which is 50 meters or 150 feet. That means that the watch can be taken under the water to approximately 50 meters without any leakage. And that's especially important on the watches like the new Nautical Flags Sharper Image watch, that's water tested, or the Zonix Black Diver, that's a water tested watch. A lot of the watches have that, and you'll see that right on the face of the watch. So when you see where it says 50 M or 150 M, that's how many meters you could go underwater. Sometimes it's in feet, but usually it's an M for meters, just multiplied by 3, so it's feet. You'll also notice that we have a lot of new watches coming in. One of the brands we sell lots of is Fossil. Fossil is a very interesting company. They make great looking watches, and we have right now the blue chronograph from them. We have the new LCD chronograph from Fossil coming out. And then we also have some novelty watches from Fossil. We have the Fred Flintstone watches, we have the Superman watches, we have Rocky and Bullwinkle watches. We have Boris and Natasha watches coming from Fossil. These are all novelty watches, and the box on those novelty watches is just as important as the watch. So look at those boxes and be prepared to tell the customer that the box is part of the watch, because they're real collectibles. Now, a lot of these Fossil watches that are novelties, like Rocky and Bullwinkle or Fred Flintstone, will be numbered, limited editions. Limited numbered editions. And if you look on the back of the watch, it'll say number 1050 out of 5,000. Which means they've limited the number, then after they make that number, they're not making it anymore. And it comes with a little certificate of authenticity in the box. And Fossil has said this is a very important part of the presentation. So you might want to remember to mention to your customers, these novelty Fossil watches are limited edition collectibles. And look on the back of the watch for the number. I brought a few watches with me today. One of the most important we've ever had in our company is the Skagen line. You have a big display of Skagen in your stores right now. These Skagen watches have a mesh band. One of the nicest things about this band is it's one of the few metal bands that you can adjust instantly by taking the clasp at the bottom here and opening this with a paper clip or a screwdriver. Just pop this out, slide it up and down to where you want it, and clamp it back down. It's very easy to do. And you should be aware this is one of the few metal bands that we can adjust in our stores instantly. And that's one reason these sell so well. And again, I would suggest take a paper clip and put it in there, or a small screwdriver. And you'll see how easy it is to do. The trouble with a lot of metal watches is you have to go to a jeweler's to get them adjusted. These watches have been one of the best-selling watches in our history, and they come in 3 colors now. What I have here with me today is the all titanium finish. It's not actually titanium, it's a titanium finish. The original that we sold is all stainless steel. And the other one that I don't have with me right this moment in my hand, but you've seen it in your stores plenty of times, is the gold and stainless finish. So you got 3 watches there, all stainless, gold and stainless, and all titanium. All 3 sell well. It's just a matter of personal taste. The titanium is the newest. I would suggest that you're going to find these watches are one of the easiest to sell for a holiday gift. Should definitely be on anyone's list to consider, because they've just been tremendous watches for us. The band is very, very comfortable on this watch. Now, one of the new ones from them, and it's also been selling very well already, is this curved watch. This has just been doing terrific. It's a very elegant, good-looking watch. There's something about this design that really appeals to people, because already it's been selling extremely well in a short period of time. Now, these all come in men's and women's. The Skagen watches have a slightly smaller size for the men's and the women's. I can't emphasize strongly enough how great I feel about this line of watches. Skagen has just been a magic watch for us. Every one is sold so well. They're just terrific watches. And it's a matter of personal taste which one you like the best, but they're great value. They really sell. We get very few returns on them. The bands are extremely comfortable. Here's a new one that is interesting. This is the Peugeot Solar Watch. It has a solar cell in the face. The solar cell constantly recharges a small storage battery. The small storage battery will run this watch anywhere from a day to 3 days, depending upon the ambient light, even if there is no light. So you never have to replace a battery, ever, ever, ever. And I think that's just a great feature in a watch, because I mean, certainly battery changing is a pain and a nuisance. Here's a watch you'll have for 20 or 30 years and never change a battery, made by Peugeot. Here's two watches from the Lucien Piccard group, and these are under the Dufont collection. Now, Dufont is a division of Lucien Piccard, and you should feel perfectly comfortable telling your customer that Lucien Piccard is the maker. The Dufont name is one of the divisions of Lucien Piccard. This is Latitude. This comes in men's and women's, the Latitude watch. Take it up for you. Very nice metal band. It has a range of adjustability by moving the pin in the metal clasp. And for all of you who are doing this for the first time, you should be aware this part of the bracelet always stays in the same spot at the end of the metal clasp. The only part you move is this part, which can slide up inside the clasp. So anytime you have a metal band that has an overlap like this, remember, the hinge clasp never moves. It stays here and it stays here. The only part that moves is the part of the bracelet that is not hinged, slides up inside. And again, the easiest way to do that is take a paper clip, unbend the paper clip, poke this little pin out and slide it. I wouldn't necessarily do that yourself if you can avoid it. The customer can easily do it at home. Tell them be careful not to lose the pin, or they could take it to a jeweler. But if that is not enough range of motion on any of these watches that have metal bands, they're going to have to go to a jeweler and have a link taken out if they can't do it enough right there. And that's a bit of a nuisance, but any jeweler will do it, and they usually charge anywhere between $2 and $3. It's a nice looking watch. Again, mineral glass crystal, very nice watches. Lucien Piccard is a great name. These are very pretty watches. Again, you see the stainless steel and the gold. If you want to know a little bit more about this, you should be aware stainless steel is usually solid. The gold is usually a gold plating over stainless steel. And we specify the gold plating to a certain level. It's not solid gold. If it were, it'd be a $4,000 watch. But it is a gold plating over stainless. A very nice looking watch. And we have a lot of watches in the Dufont collection, and they all sell real well. Here's another one that's brand new in the Dufont collection. And this is called the Woman's Florentine. Just a beautiful watch that combines matte finish, shiny finish. Great looking woman's watch for a Christmas gift. Has a nice heavy feel to it. And to give you a clue, it says right on the label, Dufont by Lucien Piccard. And Lucien Piccard's a real good name, and they package these watches very well with these real pretty boxes. And it's just a real quality company, and you can see it's a real nice, solid, substantial box that it comes in. Then the last watch I brought with me today is another new watch selling very well already, very exciting product, and that is the SHRP Image Field Watch. What's exciting about this is you've got a watch that comes in a SHRP Image case, says SHRP Image on it, and when you take out the watch, it's ready to wear with a nice black leather band, but you also get 3 other bands that combine the leather and the cloth. You've probably seen this already, plus a little screwdriver here, which allows you to remove the pin right here yourself with this little notched screwdriver. So if you want to change the band after a month or after a week, you've got 4 different ways to wear this watch. It's a real clever watch for a real good price. It's got the SHRP Image name right on it. This one says See, my eyes are good enough to read that. This says 200. This says 200 feet right on the face of the watch. So what that means is 200 feet water tested, meaning you can go 200 feet underwater without damaging the watch. And of course, this has a nice feature for a lot of people. It has the day of the week and the date, not just the date. Some watches have the date window, some have the day of the week. I think you should point out whenever you're selling a watch to someone, having the date on the watch is tremendously convenient. That's a must. A lot of people don't think about it when they're buying a gift for someone. Most men especially want to get the date on the watch. So we rarely select a watch for our stores that doesn't have a date window as well as the time. And this one's even nicer. It's got the day of the week and the date. So a real nice package. You get a lot for the money here. It's a nice durable watch. So far it's been selling very well, and I'm real proud of it. In summary, we have a real interesting and varied watch program ranging from $29 watches up to approximately $350 to $600 watches. We'll be testing some new watches at different price points. Every store won't have every watch, but generally any watch that's in the catalog you will have in your store. I think the key points to talk about are mineral glass crystal. Most of our watches have quartz movements. And I'm sure you all know what that means, but if you don't, very quickly, a quartz movement is the highest level of accuracy there is. And interestingly, the quartz movement in our $50 watch is every bit as accurate as the quartz movement in a $30,000 watch, because the nature of a quartz movement is that it's perfectly accurate, and there is virtually zero variation from one quartz watch to another. One may be 1 second a year more accurate than another, but there is very little variation. Any quartz watch will give you accuracy to within about 5 seconds a month. So when a customer asks you if we sell a good watch or if this is a good watch, what you should say to them is, first of all, it's got a mineral glass crystal. It's not going to scratch. That's real important. Secondly, most of our watches are quartz movements. That means they're going to be as accurate as a $12,000 Rolex, because quartz movements are all accurate to about 5 seconds a month or about 60 seconds a year. And thirdly, the value really does speak for itself. Even though the SHRP Image is known for selling lots of expensive things, in our watches, we generally give people very good values. And you know this already. Our watches for $59 or $69 or $149 are just terrific values for the look, the durability, the water resistance that a lot of watches have, the mineral glass crystals. So you should be very proud about our watch program and sell it with a lot of enthusiasm, because they are just terrific values and really good looks. Let's talk sweaters. You know, we deal primarily with one great company, and the company is called Trico San Rafael. And if you look on the label in our wool and cotton sweaters, you'll often see the label that says, made for the SHRP Image, or designed exclusively for the SHRP Image by Trico San Rafael. Trico San Rafael is the best company in the business. They make wool and cotton sweaters. They make the best quality. They have the best patterns, the best durability, and there really is no other company that compares. They have a lot of construction techniques that are different than other companies. For example, they always knit their collars directly to the body of the sweater. You know, a lot of companies knit the two separately and then they sew them together with thread. Same with the sleeves. A Trico sweater is actually knit together, it's not sewn. And this is a big difference between Trico sweaters and other sweaters. The one I'm holding here is the snowflake or ski sweater. This is an all wool sweater. I think one of the most popular sweaters we've ever sold has been a golf sweater, and this is the new golf sweater for Christmas 1993, a 4-panel red golf sweater that's going to be a tremendous seller. Now this is cotton. The advantage of cotton is it's a little bit lighter weight. You can wear it in warmer environments, and you can actually wash it at home by just gently washing it and then spread it out on a towel, block it to dry it. Dry cleaning is perfectly recommended. If you want to wash it at home, you can. There's no better gift hardly for a guy than a sweater, and this is going to be a great Christmas gift, this Trico San Rafael sweater. But the things to emphasize are, this is Trico San Rafael, made exclusively for the SHRP Image. No one else should be carrying this color, this pattern, this sweater. Just a great quality product. And then the last one is another wool sweater, but this is a very light wool sweater. It's got a very thin knit to it so that you can wear this even in the warmer climates. It's very thin, a great cover up in the evening. We call this the Black Watch sweater because this is a pattern and color called Black Watch. And it has a very nice logo here. It says golf and the little flag, and then this says TSI in a sort of subtle rendition of TSI, the Sharper Image. So this is the Sharper Image golf crest sweater or the Black Watch sweater. It's just a real nice quality product, and I think you'll be real proud to sell these. Most of these wool sweaters of theirs are made in Uruguay, interestingly. The cotton sweaters are usually made in the USA. The Uruguay wool is a terrific quality product. So I'm real proud of Trico San Rafael. I think you'll sell these sweaters super well this holiday. And I think if you go out and look at the labels, look at the name Trico San Rafael, you'll be equally as proud of them as I am. Some of the women's clothing items have been big hits for us. I think women are great shoppers, in a lot of ways better than men. You know, when we hit an item that's a great women's item, it just sells just like that. And I hope these will be two of the best this fall and winter. This one here is called the faux shearling. Faux meaning fake shearling. You know, a real shearling coat is virtually indistinguishable from this, and yet will sell for anywhere between $700 and $1,000. This is actually a faux shearling coat. The outside is real leather, just like a shearling coat, and the inside appears to be lined fully, completely with real shearling, but it's actually a synthetic that is easier to take care of, feels wonderful to the touch, doesn't require you to kill any little lambs to get it, and quite frankly is a tremendous bargain compared to real shearling. And when you check the price on this in your store, you'll be amazed what a good price this is. Approximately a third the price of a real shearling coat. One reason this is a very comfortable jacket to wear is that it is actually more supple and softer than the real shearling coats. If you feel real shearling, not only are they heavy, but they're also stiff. This is not stiff. It's extremely supple and comfortable, and it looks beautiful. No one can tell that this is not real shearling, but the price is about a third of real shearling. So I think this coat is just going to be a tremendous seller. The outside is real leather. It's just a great bargain and a wonderful look at a super price. So that'll do real well. And then let me direct your attention to this. Last spring, we sold a gold thread anorak, and it was one of the best-selling women's jackets we ever sold, ever. And so here we have the gold thread anorak done with some quilting inside to give it a little bit more weight. For wintertime, same gold thread. We have a hood included now, which we didn't have before. And this fiber is really interesting. It does sort of shed water. It's perfectly suitable for light rain or snow. It's not really as waterproof as a true waterproof garment. It's not like Gore-Tex, for example. You can't wear it in a drenching rain, but in a light rain or in snow, it is perfectly water resistant and will shed water. And I tell you, my wife has one of these and she loves it. And the reason she loves it is because she wears it as a casual item because it's comfortable. It's like an anorak. You can wear it as a casual item, but if you put it on with anything, even a dressy evening dress, believe it or not, it will pull it off. In fact, she wore this one night with the black and gold evening dress, and this is dressy enough to pull it off as a dressy coat, and yet you can wear it with jeans as a casual coat. And it's so durable because it's a synthetic nylon type material. You can wipe it off with water or a mild soap and water if you spill something on it. It's extremely easy to care for. Again, a great price. Both this and the faux shearling are from J Gallery, and they do a super job on price. And I think you're going to find this is a very easy gift. Again, one reason this makes a great gift is you don't have to worry too much about the sizing on this. You know, if you get somebody close to the right size, it's going to fit them, which is important when you're trying to buy a gift. You don't have to worry about pants lengths like with the running suits. You know it's going to fit them if they're large or medium or small. You sort of know that, and it will fit. Easy item to sell. People love the thread. Just show it to people, and I know this will be a great seller. So 2 good women's jackets to sell this season. Here's one of my favorite products, the Deluxe Barn Jacket. Last year we introduced the barn jacket idea, a coat that's a little bit longer than a short coat, You can wear it with jeans or with nice slacks. You can wear it with a tie or wear it with a sweater. It goes a lot of different ways because it's just a good-looking, sort of rugged, but dressed-up jacket that suits many different purposes. And the barn jacket was a tremendous success for us last year. This jacket is the same price as last year's, but has some additional features. The most noticeable is it's got a number of different pockets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pockets just right on the face of it. And last year's only really had 2 pockets. So this has a lot more pockets. We've upgraded the buttons on this year's jacket to make it look a little more expensive. And you notice the black cuffs, the way you can roll up the cuffs or wear them down, whichever way, and it matches the black on the collar. Now some of you may wonder, why is this such a good price? Because it looks a lot like Timberland jackets that sell for $600 or $700. And it is a tremendous good price. It is real leather. This happens to be a pig suede, which is a real leather made from pig. And it doesn't really make a whole lot of difference. Pig in some respects is better than cow. Pig tends to be a little thinner and more supple. And you notice it's a very supple jacket. It's not stiff like a lot of cow jackets are. Pig also is very durable. So it's a nice fabric. It's a great price. It usually will have our label in it. It'll say SHRP image in it. Sometimes they come through with the label of the manufacturer, which in this case is G3. And you may ask, well, why does that happen? Why does some come through with our label, some with theirs? And this is true also of another great selling jacket, which you already know, the tan and suede baseball, the tan and black suede baseball jacket. That's a great seller. Same thing, comes through with our label, sometime with their label. The reason is we order a lot with our label. If the thing is selling so fast that we can't keep up with the demand, we fill in with inventory from the manufacturer's own inventory, so sometimes we have to take their label to make sure we have goods. Obviously, I wish they were all our label, but we'd rather be in stock than out of stock. It's the same exact jacket. And I don't think the customer has a strong preference either way. I'd rather them carry our label around. I think they're proud to have our label in their jacket. The third jacket, which is coming in shortly, you may be getting it just as this tape is reaching you, or you will get it shortly, is called our Mouton Bomber. And that is a very good-looking, classic, rugged, short bomber jacket, classic rugged bomber with a Mouton lamb collar, sort of a woolly collar. And that's a real good-looking jacket. And I'm real excited about it. I think it'll sell real well. Look at the collar. It may very well be detachable. I can't quite remember, honestly. We don't have the jacket here today, but the collar may snap off so you can wear it with a regular collar if you prefer. So all 3 of those jackets are going to do great for us. The baseball is already selling well. As the weather gets cooler, the barn jacket and the Mouton Bomber will start selling also. Good jacket program. I'm real proud of it. I know you'll sell it well.